Well, it's Saturday again, and I just got back from pheasant hunting with my friend Steve for the second time. And good news is, I got me another pheasant. And I have it here in a cooler under ice, and I'm going to see what Roxy thinks about it. I haven't plucked it or anything yet, so this is kind of like what a pheasant looks like after you shoot it down. What's in here, Rox? Rox, look. What is that? What is that? Is that a bird? Well, this might be a little gruesome for people, but here's a bird. What is that? We need to get you out there hunting these. Look at that. Yeah, Steve has a Springer Spaniel, and I don't think in my last video I really explained how the whole pheasant hunting thing works. Basically, last week we went out in a group of 5, and you kind of walk down like a field, and we had 2 dogs with us, Springer Spaniels, and they would run back and forth, and they flush these birds up in the air, and then you shoot them down with shotguns. Now, that was the first time I ever went out. It was a pretty good time last week. I got that one pheasant, and then they gave me the other ones, and then this week I obviously got this one. Now, today when we went out, it was just Steve and I, and we went to some state game lands just south of where I live here. And we didn't really see too much when we initially went out. It was just me and him and his Springer Spaniel. So we were out and about, and then we were kind of debating whether we should just wrap it up or not. And his dog flushed one up, which Steve took a shot at, but it was too far away to even stand a chance to hit it. So it kind of renewed our interest in being out there. And then we were walking through like a cornfield. We kind of just split up, like you kind of walk horizontally with each other, and the dog kind of runs in between you to kind of kick anything up that might be in there. And his dog ended up finding a pheasant, the one that I ended up shooting, and it kind of kicked it down into a field just beyond that. So then we went down through there, and we were kind of walking in some short grass, and his dog kicked this thing up in the air, and it was just like what you'd see in like a magazine or a movie. It was just right straight in front of me, and I took a shot at it, and it went down. Then his dog ran out there and got it and brought it back. It was just awesome. That was a really cool memory from today. So after that, we were walking pretty much back to the car because we both had to be at work. He works with me. And then I saw another pheasant, which I took a shot at. It was way down ahead of me, and his dog was a little bit too far ahead of us. So I took a shot at that one, and it kind of glided down into the woods. So we went down there to kind of kick that up. And Steve ended up shooting at a rabbit that he saw on the ground but didn't kill it. It was kind of an amazing shot. Like we're kind of in these deep woods, and he takes this shot, and it just blows these leaves everywhere, which that's about all he hit. And we went looking for the rabbit and the pheasant, but really didn't find anything. So at that point, we had to leave and get to work. So that was today. So the next step, I have to clean this thing up like I had to do last week and take care of it. I wasn't really sure how I'd feel about cleaning up an animal and skinning it and stuff like that, but I really had no response to it last week. When we did it, that was the first time I've ever done it, so he showed me what to do. And it kind of was just like meat. It wasn't like an animal anymore. Like, I don't really picture this being an animal anymore. I know that seems kind of ruthless to say that. Like, just a few hours ago, this thing was living a good life and flying. But it's just like meat. It was like chicken that you would get at a grocery store, and you just cut it up, and that's what it is. And then we made that meat out of it. Holy cow. There's a lot of leaves falling behind me. So we made the meat out of that. This week I'm making, if you ever had buffalo chicken dip, I'm making buffalo pheasant dip. So hopefully I'll have a clip of that a little bit later. Before I take care of that, I just want to show the vest that I bought yesterday. I got this in Gander Mountain. This is a Guide Series pheasant vest. It's pretty nice. It's got the orange on the top here and on the back. And then down here, these are magnetic flaps. Are you serious? You want that, don't you? I'll give you a little taste when we get in. Okay, but this got magnetic flaps down here, which keeps this closed and also holds it up. And then down inside here, you can have your shotgun shells inside here if you want to keep them organized. Then it's got a couple pockets up here. And then on the back, this is the important part, it's got a like a pouch in here, and this is where you keep your bird at after you shoot it. It kind of just sits on your back. It's kind of strange, but you walk around the rest of the day with a bird on your back. And then this unzips if you unvelcro that. There's a zipper up inside there where you can take this off and wash it. You're just loving that bird, aren't you? That's not a toy. That's going to be dinner. That's going to be dinner. Oh boy. Well, let's take care of it. Here it is all prepped. I have it in the pot here. It's going to boil for an hour or so just to cook the meat before I put it into the recipe for the buffalo pheasant dip. Okay, buffalo pheasant dip's done, and this is what it looks like. Nice orange color. You got cream cheese in there and dressing, and then you take some scoops and you dip it in. Look how delicious that looks. I want to thank that pheasant for everything it's given me today.